This is about my 1500, so I'll just kind of go over everything. It's a 2000 model, actually built in February of 2000 according to the plate. Just turned over 80,000 miles, so not even done with break-in yet. Done some pretty good mods. I can definitely get seen at night, but I had people asking me what I've done to it, things that work on it. So I was going to do a quick thing, go over it, talk about what I've done, how it was when I got it, what I've done, and my future plans. So pretty nice, runs good. Still have the factory air rear suspension. I've added or had the front forks springs changed out to progressives. That was a excellent change. Factory springs were just worn slap out. Anytime I'd put down the kickstand, I mean, if it wasn't level, if it was at all leaning the other way, I mean, the bike would just tip over putting it on the kickstand. So that happened several times. I had to pick it back up. But got the front forks changed, or the springs changed. Did a great service to the bike. Runs better and keep up with 1800s in the turns without a problem. I'm not saying I can outrun them. I'm saying I can keep up with them. Don't put words in my mouth, people. But yes, it's dirty, very dirty, dirt everywhere. This is a daily driver. This is my commute to and from work every day. Can't clean it because I'm riding it. Just dirt, grime. So I clean the big guy off every so often. It's technically the wife's bike. I'm just the chauffeur. I've done some lighting mods, mostly lighting mods. But a lot of that dirt you saw is because driveway going to the shop is gravel. Park the bike in the shop a lot. A little workshop over there. Got a milling machine and stuff. Fabricate some of the parts I need for my stuff by myself. Got a little chrome trim piece missing there, but that's what happens when you ride it. Got the Karayakin ISO dually highway pegs and foot pegs. Sorry, that was a little fast. Sorry if you guys get queasy. Bike's still mostly as I got it. I changed out the Karayakin dualies. I have a short recurve windshield. The original windshield came up to about here, and it actually came around the sides to here and filled in right here. Basically made the bike like a kite. Side winds were bad. I almost got blown off a bridge one day, and I was down in Daytona at Bike Week. Got back to the hotel room, ordered this short recurve windshield immediately. It was there a couple days after we got back, and I changed it out. I said, screw this. I'm not getting blown off the road again. Just got this. This most recent big addition is the Saddleman Road Sofa Low Boy. Air bladder in the backrest there. Love the seat. My wife hated the old seat. She'd have an air hawk and a gel pad underneath her, and within an hour she would be in a lot of pain. Well, this seat, we have yet to use the air hawk. And I gave the gel pad to a friend because we don't use it. She doesn't need it at all. I mean, my wife can match me now for distance duration. My original doors still work perfectly. I have not broken them. If you're gentle with those, they will not break. Bike still, like I said, mostly as I got. I did add the pouches. This one's one for the gas door, but it actually does fit on the side pocket door. I've done a few mods in here. Pull this out. This is not hooked up yet. This is a 12-volt power outlet I'm going to have hooked up soon. That's a little, that rectangular thing's a Bluetooth module. The switch above it is an auxiliary in I've added to the bike. So I can actually connect the bike stereo via Bluetooth to my phone, play the music that way. And got all this stuff. This is part of the seeing a free wire. me and the wife will end up using soon, so she can hear the CB as well and be able to talk with my buddies as we're all riding together. Had to fix the cassette deck door. Sorry. Me and my brother got a little genius on this one. Common issue with the cassette doors is people try to open them and they don't do it properly, and they bust the tab. Well, that is a piece of aluminum we machined and used aircraft rivets to secure it, and it works great, holds perfectly. The way it came, way it came from the factory. Gotta push the button though to latch it, but not a big deal. See? Secure. I can pull up on it, won't come loose. A little over 80,000. Purrs like a kitten and roars like a lion. I added the ram mount system because I like the modular stuff. I have multiple bikes, so being able to take components from one bike to the other, like I'm not going to ride this bike for a while, I'll take the foam mount off, put it on the other bike and use it there. Kiriak and ISO grips, that's what the previous owner had on there. I'm going to be getting some end weights soon for it. Motorcycle flag store flags. This is my new set. My last set lasted a little over 3 years and over 20,000 miles, and they weren't fraying yet, but they just looked bad, and you don't want Old Glory looking bad. So I got a new one. And it's mostly it for what I've done, what's been going on with it, for the physical stuff. Now for the lighting stuff. I've got the Pathfinder LED headlights. Nice and bright white light. I've also got the LED driving lights. So they're good, bright, help me be seen. I've put amber 194 LEDs in the fairing lights. What I've also done is a little kit out there you can buy. What it does is it takes your side lights on the fairing and they alternate with the turn signal, so more visible that you're turning from the side. I've also gone through, I put in T5 reds here and added the kit to make it alternate with the trunk turn signal. So, with the turn signals on, flash, 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 flash. Just a little bit more to get you noticed. What I'm going to do, I've already bought them, just haven't had a chance to add them yet because the 98 to 2000s have the clear lens with amber bulbs. So Saber Cycle had the kit to basically mimic it here. So I'm going to have this changed out to where it's also a turn signal, an amber bulb lamp behind a clear lens here. So I'll have here and here. And I'm going to see what I can do about, I don't think, nobody that I know of makes a harness to do like the side lights or the trunk for the turn signal. So I'm going to probably have to build one to make my saddlebag lights alternate with the turn signal as well, just like it did here on the trunk. But I'm not sure if I'm going to do that yet. It is a possibility, it is something I'm thinking about doing. I'm also looking at potentially doing Torque Master exhaust eventually. That's what I want to do. Also, the chrome piece here. Man, look how dirty that is. I'm going to have to wash this thing eventually, whenever I get time. I'm going to replace this chrome piece here with ones that have red LEDs. Just give me a little more rear lighting. All the brake lights I've already converted to LED. It's got a modulator for the spoiler. So when you hit the brakes, the spoiler will flash. Another thing I'm going to do at some point, because I've all season, all weather, I have some light pods. They're actually designed to work like headlights. I'm going to mount them here and over here. Underneath, have them turned out just a hair. And the low beams will be amber, which I want to utilize for, adverse weather when it's really thick rain. That way I can actually see better, because amber lights will cut through. Yeah, I got one of these out. I know. They were like, you got a high beam out. It's not a high beam. It's an auxiliary light. I'll be getting one of those put in soon. Another plan is to to add a headlight modulator. The other crazy thing I'm going to do, I've not seen it done on a 1500, but I'm going to try it. Take out the amber bulb, convert all the turn signals to LED. But I'm going to change this one out with a switchback. So that way it'll be bright white and running. But when you turn on the turn signal, the white will turn off and the amber will flash. And I really want to do that and see how that'll look. If not, I'll just convert it back to amber. But almost done converting this bike to fully LED. The only thing left is the turn signal lamps, like this one, the ones in the back. And the lights in the side of the saddlebag are still incandescent. But everything else will be converted to, all that'll be converted to LED eventually. Gauge lights will be converted to LED as well. Apply a little choke. But for 20 years old, fires right up. Runs good. Oh, previous owner had these on there. The transformer floorboards for the passenger. Wife never uses the highway pegs. Not sure if she ever will, but they're nice. Great for any time I have a shorter passenger. Do take a transfer ride. I put my battery tender connection right here. I used to have it up here, and if you look close, you can see the scratches that it left on my saddlebag there. I got a Bluetooth remote coming. Since it's so hard to work with the phone with the gloves, if I want to pause or something to music, I'm going to glue it. It comes with a magnetic mount. I'm going to glue the magnetic mount here so I can just snap it into the magnetic mount and reach up, push play, pause, forward, back while wearing gloves. It just helps. Oh, I didn't mention the mirrors as well have the turn signals in them. Come on now. There we go. Yep. So I got those as well. That was done by the previous owner. Something else I've done. Some crazy. I've added a power port here. It's using a standard SAE connection like your battery tender. The reason for this is I have this guy here, which I can take that out and use it, charge multiple things. And I have this extension cord. So this is actually wired up. And I got this guy too. If you don't have one of these, get one. It's from Battery Tender. It lets your battery tender port be used as a USB charger. So if you're somewhere, your phone's dying, you need to be off the bike for a little while, but you want to leave your phone on the bike charging somewhere, like tuck it in a pocket, you can use this and an extension cord. Most people won't notice it. I mean, unless people are really wanting to do something to your bike, they'll see it. But I've used this many times while I've been somewhere, and I'll tuck my phone in the back pocket on my backrest, sorry, and tuck the phone in there with it charging off of this guy, and let it charge for a while when it's gone dead. And charging a phone for like an hour is not going to kill your battery enough to keep you from starting your bike. If it does, you've got a problem. It's elsewhere. But the reason I did this whole setup is that I can actually use this extension cord come off my connection down there on the saddlebag guard, I can actually use this to jump to this, because this is right now off of a relay. It has about 7.5 amps going to it, so we can charge some more decent stuff. But what I can do is plug into here and then plug in the phone and actually lock the phone in the trunk using this guy or this guy with the dual USB charger in it, and have the phone in the trunk locked, charging while the bike's shut down. Communication is key, especially this day and age. I know everybody, talks about, back in my day we didn't need cell phones. Yeah, well, there weren't as many crazy people out there and people wanting to rob you and hurt you like they do now. It's got the trunk organizer. It's got the saddlebag organizers too. Got the cargo net in the top, first aid kit. There's my modulator for the brake. Those blue, these are just reflectors. They are not lights, because you can't have any blue lights facing outward, because then you get blue lights flashing in your mirror, and that's not fun. Trunk organizer stuff, more of it. Got some little hand wipies, because you never know when you gotta wipe your hands off. But some of the mods I've done, I'm gonna eventually, because I got there. This has the vanity mirror system. I'm gonna add another thing, probably put a push button switch and mount a light up here that works off of that circuit as well. So I can just push the button and activate a light up here that will light down and light up the trunk at night when we're putting stuff in it or whatever. Something else I want to get done, because that'll be useful. All the luggage closes good. It's got the trailer hitch. I've not towed anything yet. Got a really nice flagpole with it too. But almost done. Almost done modifying, fixing up, doing what I want to it. Previous owner was really, frame-wise, was very much like me. Oh, little tip, guys. Every once in a while you want to take these out, the screws out, and take your brake and clutch lever off. Just dab some grease, put it back on. It was like the other day I was squeezing the brakes, like, why is the brake handle feeling funny? I thought it was something with the brakes themselves. I was getting feedback. Nope. It was dirty. Long Ride Shield emblem there. Plaque from the previous owner. He and his wife have both passed away. So I basically inherited the bike. Another thing this bike has that's really cool is the this guy here is really fun. This guy here, that gives me voltage, gear, what gear I'm in, and ambient temperature. Unfortunately, it's about 3 to 4 degrees lower than what the temperature actually is, but I know that, so it's fine. And the other thing, haven't been in trouble yet past a gazillion cops, is the LEDs that are embedded into the bike. And I mean embedded. I mean truly embedded. There's actually holes in this base plate for the trunk for the LEDs to stick through. So they're actually inside the motorcycle, like in. I'll have to move that wire next time I have the trunk apart. But they come around, they're all over. Got a few up inside. And those are, shielded behind, and they're aiming downward. So I've been by many cops, all lit up like Christmas, and they've never said anything. Got a couple way up in there. And there's actually some nice thing about this light being out, as you can see this. There's actually holes in the headlight assembly where those come down, and in the turn signal assemblies. They're actually in here as well. This could be hard to see, but they're actually inside the driving lights. I got these little strips down here. I'm gonna have to relocate these strips and move them inward to put the auxiliary headlights in. There's also some inside the wheel cover, and they're all tied to my Ring of Fire. One other mod I was going to do. This piece, I call it the mouth. They make one of these with LEDs in it, and I'm going to be adding that as well. you will see me coming. So anything I can do to help me be seen. Previous owner had a Bigfoot kickstand. I don't need the plates or anything underneath it. Park it in mud, it won't fall over. I know this firsthand because I've parked it in mud. I'm going to upgrade the speakers soon. Update the dash lights. So the dash will be converted to LED backlighting. I'm thinking about, I've seen several bikes with them, the ring that goes around the speakers. Really thinking about doing that. That's high on my, I think I want to do that list. Oh, there's also LEDs inside the vents too. When the blues are on, you can see it through the grills of the air ducts. That was done by the previous owner. It's a hologram. So, kind of cool. Sorry for the shakiness, guys. I just decided real quick to do this because people were asking me about, what else I'm going to do to the bike, what's been done to it. But one thing is, it needs a bath. You can see I ride in all the weather and muck. Shinko tires. I don't use the 777s. I've seen too many bad things about the 777s. 733 front, 734 rear. Plenty of tread left. Get good life out of them. Get better life than I do out of the Metzlers, and I get great grip in the rain. I'm an all-season, all-weather rider, so rain traction is vital to me. But, a couple scratches here and there. Bike's 20 years old. What do you expect? That's pretty much it. Where I'm at with it. What I'm trying to do. What I want to do. What I might do. This thing runs great. Very comfy. Me and the wife use it almost all the time now for going places. But the Saddleman seat, I'll say this, it's a hard seat. It's a stiff seat. But I'm a stiff seat kind of guy. It's actually, this whole area is gel. It's actually got a gel top underneath a very thin layer of foam. The foam's actually got a membrane in the top layer of foam on both the rider and passenger. This one's got the gel in it too. The foam, the topmost layer of foam has a membrane in it. It's extremely water repellent. And this is a special marine grade vinyl, which is also extremely water repellent. But the gel promotes circulation, and your pressure points can get hit, but the gel doesn't allow them to hurt, which is a great feature. I love it. This piece and this piece are actually separate, so these can flex independently, which improves comfort and keeps you from getting that push forward feel. Yeah, same with back here. Like I said, it's got gel here, and that's, I think, part of the reason why the wife just loves this. I mean, before it hurt, and now she's like, hey, let's take the bike somewhere. Okay. We did add a little more foam, because this is just a cover that goes over the factory foam, so the factory foam is still here from 20 years ago, but we did kind of add a layer, especially on the sides for side bolstering, just to help hold her in place a little better. We did that when we put the new cover on, and this is just held on like 2 screws and kind of like a French cleat idea where it slides down in, and then the 2 bolts hold it in place. So you undo the 2 bolts, slide it up, and it pops right out. And change the cover on it. It takes a few minutes with a strong staple gun. But, oh, this top no pocket here, I guess that's how you say it. This one actually velcros back so you can access the keyhole and open this compartment up. The other thing this bike has that I never use is it's got actually the old I don't even think you can buy them anymore. It's got the headlight cutoff relay to turn off the headlight when the bike is running. But of course, it's in the locked pocket, so you gotta have the key to get in that pocket, turn the headlight off. This was actually for many years a parade bike. Did a lot with the Patriot Guard. Previous owner Richard, he was very active in the Patriot Guard, so this was one of the main bikes he used in that. Because I don't think he used his previous bikes as much as he used this one. When I got it, it had the, I still have them, but it had the Markland floorboards and the heel toe shifter. Reverse. Ooh, that's struck there. I might have to clean that up, coat that so it's protected from this guy. But I've noticed that every once in a while fourth gear feels a little funny, so I think the heel toe did some damage. I've done the auxiliary shifter pivot, which I can't show you because I have to take that plate off. But it went from being a sluggish shifting 1500 to, you know, I can speed shift this sucker into second gear and pick the front end up when accelerating. Because everything's so much, it crispens the shifts up, and it makes the shifter design work a lot better. Because I don't know what Honda engineer thought. The shift arm coming out, changing angle, and then going to where the shifter connects. I don't know what Honda engineer thought that would be a good idea, but he needs to be smacked. I can't, that's just such a poor design. Promotes shifter seal failure and the failure of fourth gear. So Goldwings can leak oil out of the shifter seal. That's one of the biggest problem points on the 1500. But once you get that shifter pivot, it stops that. It basically it's a permanent fix. The other only weak point on the 1500 is the charging system, the alternators. Later models, Hitachi changed their source for a lot of their electrical components on their alternators, and it was way less quality. So on the 1500s, your two biggest problem points are going to be that shifter seal leak because of the bad shifter design, which someone has already engineered, fixed, you know, made a permanent fix for. I won't own a 1500 without a shifter pivot on it, aux shifter pivot point. It allows proper rotation of the shifter, and keep a spare alternator. They do go out, and I can change it in probably 20 minutes on the side of the road in the dark with a flashlight. So, not an issue. Well, not a big issue, as long as you keep the parts around. Other than that, you know, this thing will run probably another 20, 30 years easy. Something neat, the 1500 SEs specifically had this. This lever, pull it inward, floorboards will come up. So it actually has factory adjustable floorboards. So a lot of people have to buy the brackets and all that, and just this one you just pull the lever. My wife left her trademark, Goldwing, no ing. I actually still have it. I'll just reattach it later. My these are cracking from age, so those are going to get replaced eventually. You can see the chrome shredding on it from heat cycling. But other than that, I can ride this bike, you know, 500, 600, 700 miles a day without a problem. I could do the iron butt too if I wanted, but I ain't got time for that. I work for a living. Anyway, that's my 1500. What I've done, what I'm going to do. Oh, I can't forget this. I know you guys probably already noticed this. Air horns. They're tied off a relay that activates it with the other ones. Ooh, I need to fix that. I did not realize that happened. I'll be fixing that in a few minutes. Must have happened in the last drop. I did a miscalculation in a parking lot, fortunately. But the air horns are tied to a relay. The relay activates a compressor behind here, and the compressor feeds air to the air horns. This is reflective pinstriping. It's up here too. This pinstriping is fantastic. Really makes the bike light up more, well, when it's clean. Anyway, here you guys go. Hope that answers questions. Because I keep getting them, so I thought I'd try to go over everything. And I'll do another one once I get some mods done.